Did you know the mobile MMORPG nowadays was so popular on PC before? Even the PC version was launched first before the developer decided to make it on the mobile version. So as a veteran player, I'm sure you all know these old games that I will mention at least. It will give a nostalgic feeling. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 12 MMORPG Mobile 2026 has a PC version, MMORPG PC and Android. You guys can support this channel by sending a super thanks, and our team will appreciate that. OSM Extreme or Tree of Savior Mobile Extreme. I never imagined on mobile version it has a better graphic than on PC version. It's an indication if the developer are way more give a huge attention to the mobile games market right now. Everything looks perfectly made. The gameplay is exactly the same as the PC. We can get some mount, explore the world, make a team up to clear the world boss in daily dungeons, and how we can fight side by side with a partner. Basically, we need to raise the hero's power through upgrading the ally, because he will significantly increase the DPS while we are grinding. So far, I am so amazed how every Tree of Savior game always has its own aesthetic look, and the visual is way different than the other MMO. This game has its own hallmarks. That's the reason why most of the player has a fanatic fans, and even the players number who's actively playing it right now is pretty massive. Tentra The Lost Codex or Tentra Mobile. This game will show you how the classic online MMO was. It's full of PvP based hardcore level on the hero's progression, and it has a different fantasy Indian mythology which is made by the oriental form. The one features I wish it has on all of MMORPG nowadays is trading system. Even we all can sell some items through a stall in a real time, no matter if you leave the game or away from the screen. I know what the developer are focusing on. It's about a huge microtransaction base. It will make the world of currency moving, and surely there is no pay to win MMORPGs. The main storyline will show you how the Hindus are god system. A job class in Yaksa will have a great damage power within a second, and Gandharva will become a support character. Of course, the Asura will make a balance between attacking and also defending roleplay. Some dungeons can be visited to grinding and loot a certain equipment level and quality. PvP will take a very important thing that we can join a different mode, like a guild war, player kill PvP, duel 1 versus 1, and also war in a certain area. So we need to be careful when we are out of attention while we are in a spot farming, because we will get killed by the other player. Silt M on Cross. This game is a new release MMORPG that has launched globally. A veteran player must know this franchise, right? All over the world notice it on PC platform, but right now it's got a massive update on mobile and really compatible to mobile user and looks more modern. We will explore the fantasy world of Silt. The main quest, a ton of side quests can be done, and most of the action is like a farming monster base. It's pretty easy to notice if this game was made with a humor and pretty cute character design, just like the Silt MMORPG we know. The combat mechanism is we need to learn how to deal the extra damage by releasing the skill at the right time. The chain combo is available to unleash as well. If you love to play a competitive game, then you can measure your rank in the World League. It's calculated by the level, your combat power, and how far the game's progress you have achieved, and also the highest dungeon you have cleared. Top MMORPG 2026 Android. Flive Universe. This game has the exact gameplay as the PC game because they made it as a browser mobile game that connected within the PC account, so you guys can continue the game's progress on any platform freely. It's a good way how the developer tried to optimize it into the similar visual level. The gameplay is pretty amazing because all of the features we need are already on it, like a trade system in a real time within the player, PvP combat, and how we can customize the character with a better appearance. And honestly, I love how the equipment will become glowing with some aura around it. The combat mechanism is really newbie friendly. We just need to tap the enemy one time and the hero will continuously release the basic attack. You know, the one thing that I really like the most is the game size is only less than 1 GB because it's becoming a browser game base. Wonderland M. This game is a ported game from Wonderland Online that was released on PC, but the game's visual is lower than the PC version. If you never heard about it, it has a unique gameplay where the player can explore the open world just like the other MMORPG that we can meet the other player, but the combat mechanism is a turn-based. We will not be alone in the journey because there is one partner who will come with us along the quest. The mechanism is pretty simple. The energy, as long as the skill point is ready, then we can release the skill to lock a target you wanted. Overall, it has a fast combat speed. Male and female characters are available to be picked, so we can select our main favorite hero in a beautiful island. RKH War. If you really love to play a very competitive MMORPG, then I would like to suggest it to you, because this new version of RKH War will be focusing on the massive war. I mean a huge scale of war in player versus player. Two-man war will satisfy you, which are the faction war and also the guild war. But if you really want to enjoy a different story, surely we can decide to select a different faction, and it will determine a different kind of storyline. But of course, we need to raise the main character status first by leveling up through a grinding features. In fact, the auto function will help us a lot in attacking and unleashing the skill. There is a ton of classes that every player can choose and adjust the player role, which are tank, warrior, mage, healer, and ranger. But the most interesting part is we can freely to switch the heroes classes while we are in the mid game, which make the player will have more flexibility to rebuild the character status base. Absolutely the best MMORPG 2026. 12 Sky Reborn. This game will bring you back into the old school MMORPG with the exact classic vibes or RF Online or Lineage era back then. Even the graphics have enhanced more, but they successfully delivered the glory of MMO. I know the players who were playing it were not much. That's the reason why the newbies player are not giving more attraction to it. In fact, the new player nowadays prefer to play the anime style rather than the classic one. The main gameplay is not about a storyline base, which is not the heavy story that we need to read on. So we just need to grind for the EXP, get some items, and level up the rank. The faction system will help you a lot on picking the progress on your hero, because the developers tries to make it become a PvP base. Even we can do a player kill on a certain area only. Blue Protocol Star Resonance. I remember how this game got so much support from the player once it was going to be released on PC version. Unfortunately, when the time comes, but the game doesn't get a good feedback and the developer decided to stop it for a certain reason. Surprisingly, a new publisher get the full right to port it into a mobile platform, and it's officially released globally, especially on the mobile platform. The gameplay is playable manually, so you can't control the hero in auto. We need to play it by ourselves in no autoplay mode. The combat itself will help the player to enjoy the great combat visual and effect skill. We need to learn the enemy's pattern like a combo attack, dodge to avoid any incoming strike, and also the aim skill will take a crucial part to make a successful hit to a certain monster. It's just more of a skill base if we compare within the other MMORPG, which is not AFK grinding base. I really love to see how the fantasy world looks with a great anime visual and beautiful landscape around the world map. We will get random events, which is when the enemy will suddenly appear in the random times, places, and areas. It's a good way to get an exploration reward. Dragoness Classic. I'm sure everyone knows this game. This franchise is so popular as the Ragnarok version. No matter how many times they launch a different Dragoness version, I'm sure the game will get a huge attention from the player. No wonder the number of the players who are actively playing it is consistently playing all day long. I realize it has the exact similar visual and graphic. You know, it's not kind of a tap and click base, so we can easily find the difference compared to the other MMORPG nowadays. It's not an autoplay, so we need to point the analog to lock the target. Even it seems like I play a Devil May Cry but in a cartoon visual. Do a grappling to make a great combo while the enemy is on the air will give you a satisfying feeling. With the job upgrade system that we can reach on a certain level, then it will boost the hero's power. Of course, we need to learn a new playstyle best MMORPG 2026. Granadu Espara Mobile. This MMORPG will make a new game concept where it has a team base, so the player will have a chance to pick 3 of your favorite heroes in the team's lineup. Even the graphics are pretty similar within the PC version, but the gameplay is way more casual. In fact, the player can reach a higher level faster, the combat speed is quite faster as well. Overall, it looks like a very mobile friendly. 3 of those characters can be controlled manually, but we need to lock a certain target that we wish, then the other allies will automatically lock the same target as us. The developer keeps updating the game by adding a new regional that is made for PvP only, but it's not so hardcore in gameplay. Looking for a guild will make your progress even faster because we can join the party dungeon through a guild system. Yolgang Retro. This game is pretty good on represent a wuxia martial art looks by the hero's appearance of gear, skin, and outfit. This all easily telling you on how the mobile MMO has a Chinese theme. With an open world concept, of course, we all can explore the attractive world. Play it manually is possible, but most of the player play it on autoplay combat with a classic grinding system. Through the main quest or any side quest to get a gear. Every time your character get a new level, then will gain a point to increase the hero status as you will like. The combat itself has a lot of improvement. We can even moving our main hero while we are in battle. It will make a very smooth movement. Try to open a stall to get some in-game gold through selling some equipment or any rare items or goods. Black Desert Mobile. This game will give you freedom on what would you do in game, or I would say it has a sandbox gameplay because we can do some life skill like mining, fishing, crafting, and also farming. Sometimes I have a feeling like I'm playing a live simulator base from all of the MMORPG that I have ever seen. I think Black Desert Mobile is one of the greatest combat action MMOs. Every single action looks so dynamic with a very good skill effect and great animation, making it a perfect example on how the MMO should be. Most of the players said if this is pay to win. But for me, it's not really because all of the items can be obtained no matter if you are a free-to-play players as long as you stay more online. The PvP content is focusing on the player skill. Especially the PvE will be so easy to clear. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.